Do you think that was a good way that you came into it? What are your guidelines for people who want to encounter Zazen practice for the first time?
Yeah, thank you. That's a great question. I mean, actually, personally, what I'm inclining towards these days as a teacher is giving people actually a bit more of a broad grounding in mindfulness.
Mm,
The I feel that I took to Zazen relatively easily because I'd had several years already of meditation. But I don't know that I would have done if the only instruction I'd had been sit there and breathe, you know. And I really feel that for many of us, it's very helpful to know a bit more of the sort of broader basics of mindfulness practice. That it's not only about the breath. What about body sensation? What do we do when difficult emotions come up? How do we handle gross distractions and forgetting, endless forgetting in meditation? There's a lot of little skillful notes we can be given on that, which are going to help greatly. So I kind of believe in, personally, others may prefer other ways, but that it is helpful to have a broader base of mindfulness practice taught to us early on. So that's what I'm doing. In fact, I've developed these retreats called original love retreats. There's 4 of them, and they cover different aspects of practice that take us from sort of beginning mindfulness into trust and support, into getting into samadhi states of deeper concentration and absorption, unification of mind. Then only after that, starting to hear a little bit about the koans and about awakening, rather than just sit down and here's a koan or something. It's just not right. I think we need to do healing on various levels. I think our practice wisely would address several levels of our makeup where we need to grow in wisdom. And I see it mostly as opening up love in different levels. And for a lot of us, that means self-love. It's tricky with this practices like Zen and many forms of Buddhism talk about no self. But that, which is, I mean, that's the great discovery we can make: no self and whole self, or whatever.
yeah.
But it's a risk, I think, in a way, in the West, where a lot of people have differing degrees of self condemnation, or
Mm,
self hate, or self unworthiness.
yeah.
And so we have to be really careful that we don't let that co-opt the project of discovering no self. That I don't like myself, so wouldn't it be great to find I don't have a self?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't think that's healthy.
Resolving self-hate through selflessness doesn't seem to work too well, right?
I mean, how much better if we can actually learn that we are beloved? We
Yeah.
don't have to. We don't want to. It's not helpful to hate ourselves. It
Yeah,
won't
because
make
it's
us more loving people.
it's like you were saying, it's not just about the vanishing, right? It's about the merging as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.